ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਲਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਯਤਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਸ ਲੜੀ ਦੇ ਤਹਿਤ ਹੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਭਾਈਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ 8ਵਾਂ ਐਨੂਅਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਸੰਮੇਲਨ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਖੇਤਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਫਲਤਾ ਹਾਸਲ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਰੱਖਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਸੱਦਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਚਿੱਤਰਕਾਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਰੀਏ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਲਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕਰਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਦੇਣ ਦਾ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਿਆਂ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਉਪਰਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਤਹਿਤ ਦੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਮੈਨਹਟਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਰਟ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਲਮ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ 2 ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਆਯੋਜਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਸੰਮੇਲਨ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਿਨ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਾ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਿਲਮ ਅਤੇ ਚਿੱਤਰਕਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿਅੰਗ ਵੀ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ। ਇਸ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੱਭਿਆਚਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਣਾ ਸੀ।
I'm going to introduce you to the president and vice president of the Sikh Art and Film Foundation. They're also like brothers and they're quite a team.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। I am Mandeep Sopti and this is Teji Bindra. Teji Bindra is president of the foundation and I am the vice president. This foundation is Sikh Arts and Film Foundation, and the goal of the foundation is to educate people through the Sikh films, our culture, our heritage, and bring the colorful nature of our religion and beliefs out in front of the people. And tonight we have the other event of our foundation, which is Sikh Leadership Summit, and that is at the Palace Center tonight. And we all gathered for that. And what would you like to add to that?
I think Mandeep, you have very nicely summed up the Sikh Art and Film Foundation's mission. What we try to do is to bring a better awareness of Sikhs and also to build bridges between Sikhs and members of other communities. So we're very happy. A very warm welcome to the viewers of Chardikla, Sat Sri Akal, GINO, and we're looking forward to 2 days of wonderful events, starting with Leadership Summit today and Film Festival tomorrow. Once again, thank you so much.
Ravi Arora, part of the Sikh Art and Film Foundation and chair of the Leadership Summit. We have been actually hosting this program now for 8 years. This is our 8th year. And, by Vaigra's grace, I think it is amazing that every year we are able to bring together what a great mix of individuals, to share their stories with us. Because it's not only from the corporate ladder, these are folks who are in the arts, entrepreneurs, music, filmmaking, as entrepreneurs, business people, and those in the corporate world. So the idea is to bring together the diaspora and share and network and learn from stories as how, because in any community, in any country, the diaspora is the one that contributes so significantly to the economy. And I think that what better way than to come together at a summit like these, which is our 8th Leadership Summit, and we hope to continue doing so in the future. Thanks. Yeah.
ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ 4 ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੀਫ ਗੈਸਟ ਵਜੋਂ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਖੰਨਾ, ਇਟਲੀ ਦੇ ਸੰਗੀਤਕ ਸਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਮਾਣਕਰਤਾ ਭਾਈ ਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ, ਆਕਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਰੂਪੀ ਕੌਰ ਅਤੇ ਵੂਈ ਵਿਰਕ ਦੇ CEO ਪ੍ਰਭਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਿਰਕਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਯੋਗੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਵੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਸਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਜੋਇਸ ਦਬੰਸਕੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਚੀਫ ਗੈਸਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ।
This was a very special evening for me from a lot of perspectives. As the CEO of a secular organization that is dedicated to combating religious hatred and promoting a world where our differences, including our beliefs, are respected. But it was also powerful for me as a Jewish woman to sit with my friends from India, both Sikh and Hindu, and to have all of us talking about leadership, responsibility, how we can change and keep evolving to contribute and do something better for this world.
In your career, have you ever experienced discrimination?
Of course. Of course. Cooking of that Michelin level was always a white man's job. It was always a white man's career. And when we started working in New York and even in Paris, they would always say that, don't touch this food. I'm like, okay, well, what will happen? You really had to, but that is amazing. We must thank those people more because they actually tell you what you're made of. You know, you suddenly, if you're sitting here, we don't know how much strength we have till we actually forced to gain something.
The biggest issue that I would face right now as a female artist who is, you know, part of all these labels, and they're all minority labels, you know, female, an artist, a creative, an immigrant. All these labels are something that are supposed to work against me, but these are the labels that inspire me to create, you know, the production that I'm doing right now, which is not only about bridging gaps between the South Asian community and the Black community, but also South Asian community, you know, Bangladeshis, Sikhs, Punjabis, they all should interact somehow. So there's a lot of inspiration to be gained from, you know, something that becomes a challenging label for us.
I'm sure other people have that same issue where they get put into a place and they're doing fine, but they don't actually get to explore all the things they have inside of them. So for me personally, I needed to feel good about myself as a professional before I could actually think about what I was good at and what I wanted to do.
Do you have any regrets yet?
No, I mean, I suggest to any young person to take tons and tons of risks and fail a lot. That's the only good way to learn. So,
Have you failed at anything?
I have.
What?
I've taken a lot of different career risks. You know, I was in finance. I was investing. I left to try to start a company. It was a crazy whirlwind experience for me. It didn't end up in a place I wanted it to end up. But then sort of serendipity happened. I joined a company. I built myself up there, and then I just kept going.
So I think serendipity is something that's very interesting. I mean, you could relate it to networking if you wish, but I think that it's yet another level. Can you talk more about serendipity?
Yeah.
Or synchronicity?
Well, everything in life is luck, right? I mean, you know, we're all blessed to be here, obviously, in this country, and healthy and all that. So much of what we have is luck. But I think it's the same thing with business. So, you know, like I said, I was a philosophy major, and I happened to get a job in finance, and so that was luck. And then from there were so many series of people that helped me get opportunities, gave me good advice, things like that. And then, you know, ultimately, I think you have to it's like the nature nurture. You put in a lot of hard work. You put yourself in the right places, and then with a little bit of luck, you get to where you need to go to. If you do that enough times, you'll get there.
It is so subjective. If I may borrow the visual from Guru Nanak, he mentions the idea of an anvil and a hammer. Hammer, which is knowledge, and the anvil is a parameter which doesn't change. But yes, it is important what kind of metal you are. What are you made up of? What is the DNA? So I think life and opportunities, the way they come in, you know, we can be a stone on the shore, but when the ocean comes calling and touches you, the real colors show up, isn't it? So I think life has a lot to do, opportunity. I'm sort of very judicious in using the term fortune, in terms of destiny, in terms of luck, in terms of chance. But that's all life is. Basically, you're just defining life, that life is. And if you chance upon a great mentor, it's not necessary that one would find a great mentor on the way. Someone with an unbiased, with a non-partisan or bipartisan, you know, and a compassionate one, without condemning you to one subjectivity or another. If one by chance finds that kind of a mentor, it can lead one to be a very fine leader.
मेरी एग्जीबिशन हुई है चल रही है एट सिख आर्ट फिल्म फैसटिवल तो मैनू बहुत खुशी हो रही कि मैनू एडा वड्डा मौका मिलिया तो सारे जाणिਆਂ ਨਾਲ मैनू अपनी आर्ट शेयर करन दे चांस मिलिया तो एवरीवन हियर इज़ सो वेलकमिंग and everyone is so excited to talk about art that I was surprised that I have not been here before, that all the people that are coming here are so encouraging for future for my art, and that is very rare in Punjabi community. And I'm just so happy to be here, so glad to be here, so glad to share my work, and even more glad to know everyone's descriptions about my work, and just making these connections as everyone who's just opening up these new doors for me. So I'm so glad that events like these exist, and that events like these are promoting new artists and younger artists like myself. But I really wish that everyone congratulations for this event, and that I hope that it happens for many more years to come. Thank you.
Gurbani, so listening to it just, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਨ ਜਿਹਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਕੂਨ ਆਉਂਦਾ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਫੀਲ ਲਾਈਕ ਗੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਹੈਜ਼ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਸਟਰੈਂਥ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਦੁੱਖ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸੁੱਖ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ। ਸੋ ਕੀਰਤਨ is something I love it, listening to it while I'm drawing. I play it in the back, and also I'm a fan of Punjabi music, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਮਾਨਕ, ਨੁਸਰਤ ਫਤਿਹ ਅਲੀ ਖਾਨ. So I keep on listening to them again and again, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕਰਦਾ to draw. Thank you so much.
ਭਾਈ ਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਚੀਫ ਗੈਸਟ ਵਜੋਂ ਬੁਲਾਏ ਗਏ ਸਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ।
ਭਾਈ ਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਰਟ ਫਿਲਮ ਫੈਸਟੀਵਲ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਲੈ ਕੇ, ਸਿੱਖ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਤੇ ਪਰੰਪਰਾ, ਜਿਹਦਾ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ 'ਚ ਨਾਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਦ ਸੀਕ੍ਰੇਟ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਆਫ ਦ ਸਿੱਖਸ। ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਾਂ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ। ਤੇ ਇਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ 80s ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 90s ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਕਿ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੈ ਕੀ, ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਣ ਦਾ, ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਦਾ ਯਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ।
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਸੰਮੇਲਨ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੋਰ ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਿਰਕਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਚੀਫ ਗੈਸਟ ਵਜੋਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਰੂਪੀ ਕੌਰ ਟੁੱਟ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੱਤਰਕਾਰ ਜਗਜੀਵਨ ਕੌਰ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗੇ ਆਗੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਖਾਸੀਅਤਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ।
It's been very important to have this discussion about what makes a good leader. While we have so many great examples in the Sikh community of what great leaders are, I think practically sometimes it's great to get advice at the right time and hear the right things, and they can push you up when you're feeling like a failure is about to get you. I feel like as a woman, it's been really great to get great support from the community when I'm venturing out to take a risk or doing something like creative art and pursuing a field that is not necessarily a common thing to pursue, especially in the Sikh Punjabi community. ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਲੀਡਰ 'ਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਛੀ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਲੀਡਰ 'ਚ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨੇ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ for men it's one thing, but then for women leaders it's even more important to reflect on these qualities, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ as women ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਮੈਨੇਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ 'ਚ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਮੈਨੇਜ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, career, our own selves, our own lives, and also our kids and our families. So I would hope that at the end of this discussion, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਸੋਚ ਸਕੀਏ ਕਿ everybody's role is important, but there's also very important to encapsulate certain qualities and virtues to move forward as a community and become world leaders and not necessarily just leaders limited to our community.
I really enjoyed the Sikh leadership because I love the diversity of panel we had and the backgrounds they were coming from. That was really bringing different point of views, and I really felt that everything came together very organically. Sikh leadership 'ਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਗੱਲ ਸੀ ਕਿ different background 'ਚੋਂ ਲੋਕੀ ਆਏ ਸਨ, professional background 'ਚੋਂ ਆਏ ਸਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ 'ਚ ਦੱਸਿਆ how they had to like ਰੂਪੀ ਕੌਰ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਡਿਸਕਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈ to learn subject about and express ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ through her arts, versus ਵਿਕਾਸ ਖੰਨਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਰੀਇਨਵੈਂਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰੀਅਰ 'ਚ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਨੇ, ਈਵਨ ਹੁਣ ਮੂਵੀ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਉਹ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਐਸਪੈਕਟ 'ਤੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੋਂ ਸੁਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਰਾਗ ਅਡੋਪਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਲੋਕਲ ਡਾਈਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਡੋਪਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖੰਡਿਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਯੰਗਰ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ 'ਚ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਲੀਡਰ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਫੋਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸ਼ੋਲਡਰ 'ਤੇ ਰਿਸਪੋਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਆਈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਬੈਟਰ ਲੀਡਰ ਬਣਨ। ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਥਾਟਸ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ, ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਵੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕੀਤੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸਿਸ। ਜੋਇਸ ਟਿਬਿੰਸਕੀ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੋਇਸ ਨੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਐਂਡ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੇਜ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੋਡਰੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਅਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਪਰਸਪੈਕਟਿਵ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर ਬ੍ਰਿੰਗਿੰਗ ਅਸ ਸੱਚ ਅ ਵੰਡਰਫੁਲ ਇਵੈਂਟ, ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚੋਂ।
ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਮੰਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਮੰਨੇ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਖੰਨਾ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੱਤਰਕਾਰ ਜਗਜੀਵਨ ਕੌਰ ਨੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਤਜਰਬਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਰੋਤਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ।
He just keeps evolving into the next thing, and this is where he is now. So I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit about himself.
It's not just me. I think Steve Jobs' speech at one of the Ivy League colleges, I think it was really very important to me. And every time I'm a little down or demoralized, or you have a lot of snakes in your life which have two faces and you're bitten too many times, I listened to Steve Jobs' speech, and he says that you cannot be just settling on something. You got to be curious. You got to be finding new avenues, and it's okay not to settle. It's okay not to be the global or the worldly norm of settling down. You don't do that.
I think in the United States we call it scrappy.
Scrappy. I've heard that word before. I think it's good because it also gives you this, not anxiety, it also gives you this energy that what next for me? I'm going to pick up a subject which means a lot, which invents me, but also has the power to move people, to tell a more meaningful story, or to break another wall or a ceiling, or to create a bridge, or maybe just to knock down the walls amongst people, to say that the commonality grounds and understanding through cinema you can actually do that. And I did not know that till now, since in 2010 I started making documentaries, and now I understand that the cinema has that force, it has that power, and same as literature, and same as you combine all these arts together and you create a cinema. And we just showed the teaser and everybody had their hands on their hearts, like this was so moving because cinema does it to you.
Yeah. How has religion changed you? Because you were born Hindu, correct?
Yeah.
And then as you were rolling around like a tumbleweed through your life, you kind of became exposed to some different religions, and you learned a little bit from each of them. Is that right?
Any child who's born in Amritsar, they're generally the first connection they have towards faith is Sikhism. And that's generic, that is how we are born and raised. And it's very difficult for me to explain even to Sikhs who were born and raised in America or Canada or in New Delhi even, that for us, nobody taught us that Golden Temple was a Sikh shrine. It was our shrine. And this is how I was raised. And you go there and everybody's rolling breads and everybody's shelling peas and chopping garlic. You understood Sikh faith in a very new perspective. And you see, when I speak about it, I speak about that. But in 1992, I was saved by a Muslim family, so I call myself Muslim. And in 2007, I totally broke down in my career, personal life, everything I just crushed. And that is when His Holiness came in my life. And I became a Buddhist, and I just think that religion is a subtotal of a lot of people and moments and experiences.
You should keep your mind always open to new experiences and to new peoples, because you never know where you're going to learn something.
But it's also funny that His Holiness Dalai Lama was most inspired by me, because I spoke about Sikhism in the tone, and he said, you speak about Sikhism as if it's a poetry. And he says that, where did you get this sensibility of talking about Sikhism as a philosophy, as something which is common way of life? I would always say that, that's when you saw people in community kitchen who would not discriminate, and everyone was welcome, everyone was cooking together. I said this was the highest form of secularism or democracy for me, where everyone had a chance at the table where they could cook, clean, serve, and prep, donate, and be a part of it. I said this is the result of that which you saw people practicing all their life. That's 30 years you did that, and I can't separate myself from that moment of that how it moved me.
And Guru Nanak Dev Ji established longer, and how has he changed your life? How has Guru Nanak Dev Ji, how has he inspired you throughout your life?
But when you're going to see The Last Color too, and if you've read about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, a lot of things about Last Color is about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. How he condemned these superstitions, how he condemned inequality, how he was so much about inclusiveness. And you'll see in the movie, this elderly woman who is a widow, and the little girl from the street. You can tell, we don't talk about it, they're from different caste systems. And she's making her eat a prasad. This comes from Guru Nanak Dev Ji's basic teachings. And the girl says, we get this beautiful khichdi on the street, I'm going to bring it for you. Again, reciprocity of that both the hands are serving each other. But this is absolutely what we were told growing up in Amritsar. And we didn't have to learn Gurbani, but we saw that everything you did was, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's voice was omnipresent in the movie. And I think Mr. Ravi saw the movie, and did you notice that how I was actually very consciously, I was incorporating back into Guru Nanak Dev Ji, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji actually went to Varanasi in his youth, and where the whole movie shot, and that is where it inspired us. Let's have the conversation again today after centuries about this disparity, that how it is divisive. This caste system is, we are beyond the caste, like rise beyond everyone, that you become untouchable that way, not untouchable because you were born in a different way and you look different and your skin is different. We touched all those things while I was writing the screenplay. So for me to separate anything which of Guru Nanak Dev Ji is very difficult. It's not possible for me. I choke up every time I say, I get goosebumps every time I was writing the script. And the guys kept asking me, why are you doing this? I said, he talked about equal rights about women. One of the primary, first faith in the world, and such young faith. We talked about every right given to a woman.
Right.
Even they talked about wills also.
He knew everything.
It was, and he made everything very human. And in this movie, if you see the layers of it, and you'll say, oh my God, he's talking about exactly what we used to hear, that how he lived his life. But you applied it to a modern, contemporary way to revive that moments of thinking. And every time I see the movie and I choke about few things which remind me of what you learned, overheard at Golden Temple. You were not reading textbooks. You were not following religion as that you need to practice it. You just heard about what he actually said, that how he condemned caste system, condemned not sharing food, that how it was divisive. Inclusivity was the only way that we will raise our girls, and the whole movie is about that. So it's a tribute to all the people who raised me. And I hope I can make them proud.
Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Thank you so much.